All, how's everybody doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Projection Screen Paints. Using ambient light projection technology gain, that's a bad habit I have of walking away from the camera because my mind's like 4 different directions at the same time. So today it's going to be a real interesting day. Here I told you, every time you log on here, there's always something new I have to work on or something I have to do. On top of that, I got some other special announcements. So I'll be right back. I got to grab something real quick. Here somewhere. I think I left it in the closet. Yeah, in the closet. Got it in here somewhere. Where's Mr. Bird? Put it at? Let's see. I need. Let's figure out where to put it at. One. All right. So the multi-screen has launched today. We have that now on the website. That will allow you to be able to purchase that package that you allow you to paint multi-screens. Now right now I'm in here about to do my 126-inch screen, which is going to be painted again, and the 135 has to be painted again. That one I'm going to recoat that one, and this one has to be recoated because I noticed that I have some bird droppings on there from where I didn't have the screen covered up properly, and the birds have gotten a hold of my screen, and where I wiped it down, because this stuff will wash off, will wipe it down, and I can notice the markings are still there. So I'm just going to recoat this one. It's going to take 1 quart to do this one and 2 quarts to do the one in the back, which would equal the 3-quart kit. So let me go in here. Roller cleaned off. I think I need to get my hands on a stuff here on that. Well, this right here is a pretty big screen, so I'm going to have to move furniture out of the way just to bring that screen down. It's a pretty big screen, especially when it's sitting on top of a radiator at 126 inches, so it has to be repainted again today. So I got 2 screens I got to knock out, and I got orders to knock out today. But I always say there's always something new going on. Get this knocked out today and get it taken care of. So that screen is attached using heavy twist ties. All the furniture is going to be moved back just to get the screen out of that spot. So got up early around 4 o'clock to start moving some of the stuff out of here to bring that screen down. And then we're done with that. I got to go out back and I got to disconnect the 135-inch screen from its brackets, take that down, and I'm going to recoat the border with some polyurethane to basically add a little bit more protection to it. Because I noticed as it was raining, whatever out there was raining at the time, some of the felt had dripped, the black had dripped down on the screen. So I'm going to thoroughly paint that through, which I should have did it the first time properly, but I didn't. And then I'm going to actually paint that screen, and I have LED lights, waterproof LED lights that I ordered that will be coming in today to do that one right there. These are the last of the remaining orders right there that are going out today, and I'm done for today. Hopefully I can get some gaming in today because I haven't got a lot of gaming done. All right, so once all this is done, all tracking numbers have been shipped out. Everybody's done. So I got a few days to basically sit down and do some serious gaming, which I have not had no time to do. But right now I got to move some furniture. So let me go grab my whatever I got to do to get this done. Ooh, it's going to be a crazy day today, man. Definitely going to get some VR in the day. Definitely going to get some VR time in the day. don't get that time of day. I don't think it's a beer time of day. Big boy down. All right, I think scissors are upstairs. We've got the heavy twist ties over here. That's done. Twist ties, we need to it over this right here. And let's see, we got everything here. I need a pair of scissors and a chair to get up there to get this thing removed off the wall. Okay, all these, no, just leave it up there, leave it up there. I don't have time to do all that. That's too much work. Let me grab me a pair of scissors. Oh, I recommend them. Bad idea. All right. I don't want to disconnect all the rest of that stuff. Scissors. Take her down. Get a chair. Set that here. We're going to pick it up. I need enough room to be able to turn that screen. So let me see. I gotta pull it off this way. I gotta be able to turn it. So I gotta turn it without clipping that and get it past this. It's easier to get it in, but it's probably easier to get out. Probably gonna have to move some of this over here. It's probably wondering why I didn't do this before I put it in, because I didn't think there was gonna be any problem. Now keep in mind, the screen was perfectly fine, but like I said, I had some instances where some birds had pooped on the screen, and you can't see it there. The screen looks jet black, but I can see it when an image shows up on it. I can actually see it. And I'm not going to do a touch-up job on it because there's a bar in the center of the screen where they hit. And if I do a touch-up job on it, I can get a bar imprint. So the whole screen has to come down in order to do that. Do it right. So let's see if I got enough room, because I should have enough room to transition and turn it sideways. It's not heavy. It's just trying, it's wide. I'm just trying to get it around. So I can switch it. I have to pull it this way. I have to have enough room to curve it this way. And I got to sweep under my sofa like there's no tomorrow. I'll get a chance to do that today anyway. All right. And I got LED lights under the sofa. So I can put it right here in the center. Make sure I got that padding for the bar. I'm going to be hunting around for that. Just have that. I'm going to not have the padding for the bar. Just had it a couple of days ago. We did the other screen, so we have to be here. Here somewhere. All right, well, keep adding to the bar. So that. Let me get this. I did put this over 2 chairs, right? I did. All right, we did the 2 chairs. All right, so bring another chair in. I don't know why you just want to lift it off. I think I did it with 2 chairs. Or did I? I'm not sure. Huh. Yeah, because I had to get underneath of it. It was 2 people easier to do this. 1 person? Look. So the chairs make it easier for me to bring the screen down because it's just me. So it's easier if you have another person, but you can do it by yourself with no problem. The chairs just make it easier to bring it down. I just need to be the grip up under the screen to bring it through. Once I get my hands on the bar, I can push it right through and bring it in. And like I said, 26-inch screen sitting on a radiator, big screen, bring down. Let me make sure I got my scissors on me. Everything needed. So we're going to coat this with 1 quart. It's going to take 1 quart to knock this screen out. It's going to take 2 quarts to knock out the one in the back. I already ordered the LED lights for the screen. I got them chipped in overnight. So they should be here around 6 o'clock. So around 6 o'clock, I'll be uploading. If they bring it in time, I'll be able to do the wiring for the back of that screen. That'll be finished. That'll be done. I'm going to knock out both screens today. And we're going to do this using the, well, actually, it would be the 3 quart multi-screen kit. That's what we're calling it. Because with that would cost me $160 if I was a customer. That would have cost me $160 to do. And then the one in the back would have cost $187. But with the 3 quart kit and with the LED lights, you're talking about $217 with free LED lights. Yeah, can't beat that. So it makes it a lot more easier. This I'm not worrying about because I actually pulled it up a little higher up. Where are my scissors at? Because I need to get to the back of this. Let me see what we got going on back here. All right, cool. This will be easy to do. That's one of them. I'll prop my screen out a little bit. So basically when I clip that one, it doesn't boom fall back and nail me with it. Then I'll get a chance to move my screen over some because I know it's slightly a little off from the windowsill. Move it back a little bit. Let's see what we got going on back here. I just need to get that one in the middle. All right, that's free. That should be free, yeah. Make sure I got the right one. Okay, I got the right one. All right, so that's both of them clipped, so the screen is actually free now. Sticking a little bit. There we go. Make sure I don't shatter my windows. That's the last thing I want. All right, same thing I do with the big boy. Right at 35. A little bit of it off. So that way it has a place to sit at. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsie. There we go. Whew. Make sure I damage my lights. Oh, my lights are good. Everything's good. All right, that's why you want the chairs there. Just in case. If it slips off a little bit, at least you got something there for it to catch. Because, man, yeah, I can see where I got a bird dropping here and a bird dropping right there. Something dropped in the middle of that screen. All right, so bring my chairs out a little bit. And bring it back down like stairs. Get over there. And hit the floor, it's good. Bring it over a little bit. Steer back. There we go, very lightweight. And we got it down on the ground, that's it. So I had to move the furniture out of the way so I can make a big enough turn. Try to get the screen, which I don't have enough room now. Let me bring this back some more. God, we should have enough room now. Bring the screen this way. What am I hitting? All right. There we go. Woo. All right. Whew. Man, gives you something to think about. It's not heavy, it's just basically a pain in the neck to try to get it off that sill. Getting it back up is easier than getting it down. I should have painted it. Should have painted it when I had it. I'll push you over here for a minute. I should have painted it when I had the chance to, but I was thinking, nah, you know, it didn't show any tear, no cracking or peeling. Like I said, this has been outside for about a year. Outside, no cracking or peeling. It's just that before I had it out there, I didn't cover it up because I'm thinking like, what's going to hit the side of my screen? Like nothing's hitting the furniture. So I didn't think I had a problem with that. In a couple of days I came out there, there were white drips on the screen. Like, oh man, the birds are crapping on it. So they were landed on top of the screen and they were taking a crap on my screen. So, you know, I wiped it down with a rag and I didn't see anything after that, you know what I mean? But I noticed that you can see where there are marks in the screen. I'm thinking, okay, I'll have to repaint this thing because that's going to drive me crazy. So let's go over here to the back. I'm going to lay this down. I got a little bit more room this way. My sofa's pushed a little farther out. So I'm going to disappear for a bit there. All right. Push my sofa back over there. Just bring this down. And that's it. So let's push this back. I'm going to leave everything here. All right. And I'll basically get rid of these right here. I know my neighbors are like, what is it with this man? There's always something with him. You hear something strange, and I told you something. My neighborhood is a little interesting. It's like the people out here, if you do something, you put a garden gnome outside your front door, your neighbor feels the need to go in and upgrade his property because of that. They're strange people. So because I put that giant screen in my up there, my whatchamacallit, the neighbors felt the need to get themselves a bigger screen. I don't know. I don't even know how to even work with that one. I really don't. I think they got it. They got the box outside. They'll leave the boxes outside so you can see what they got, like an 8-inch. Okay, good for you. 126, not so bad. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pad the bar in the middle. It should be pretty easy to do. But this trim was, keep in mind, like I said, the leaf screens are easier to coat. They're easy to coat. That generic screen I got, well, I can't say generic, it wasn't generic. Like a third-party company, those screens were easy to coat. I mean, freaking easy to coat. Wow. Silver Ticket, on the other hand, yeah, that was kind of a bit of a rough ride with that screen. Well, you got coated, but yeah, they got some kind of coating on there for protecting the screen or something on there. I don't know. It was a pain in the butt. I'll tell you that much. You freaking paint over it. All right, so we're just gonna pad the bar. I don't want that imprint staring me in the face. There we go. Down. Let's see. I'm not worrying about getting any paint on the floor at all, period, to tell you the truth. Now, if you are painting the screen for the first time, I would suggest you, yes, put something down on your floor, but keep in mind, I've already painted this screen already, so I just got to do a base of light coating over top of it. That's it. So I like this was the Elite screen. This is one of their top screens. This is actually a screen that's an edgeless border. That's why I bought it, because I didn't want the border around the screen. All right, let's see if we've got something here I can put you guys on. Believe it Believe it or not, this screen was actually harder to take down than the 135 in the back door. That's going to be easy. That's disconnect. Done. All right. And that's a recycle roller, if you just want to know. I keep telling people you don't got to spend a lot on the roller. That's a roller actually was for gray paint. I went downstairs, washed it, scrubbed it out. You can recycle your rollers, washed it out, scrubbed it down. And then, of course, when it's soaking wet, take a towel and just basically go over it with a towel, and that's it, brand new roller. You can recycle your rollers. I do it all the time. With some paint. Turn this water off too, so I make tea today. All right. And I thought about something yesterday. Well, I actually thought about it. God brought it to my attention. When I actually mounted the screen in the back, I tied it in with ropes, which I could have basically tied in short with ropes and used zip ties, because zip ties will allow me to really tighten the screen up even better, which I'm going to do this time around. I'm going to do zip ties. All right, but you can see, I don't know if you can't see it or not, but I can see it. Right there along the side of the screen, I don't know if you can see it. There are marks right there, all in the screen, and that's where the birds had went to town on my screen. So the other one, I'm not worrying about that because that's going to be covered up pretty good. All right. Let's get our paint out here. So paint down. Nope. Doesn't take much. And as you notice, I use my screen as a paint pan. That was driving me a bit nuts. Seeing that. I like to go get my brush nice and wet and paint. I'll do my corners first. So because when I come on here, I try to stick to what I'm usually doing. It's pretty much. So I think I might be starting me another YouTube channel. And in this channel, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to be, it's going to be like a how-to channel, how to utilize our screen paint on painting different surfaces, how to build different screens and stuff using our technology. Man, I got some, I don't want to clutter this channel with some other stuff too. So look at my corners. And if you notice, I'm using my screen as a paint pan. That's what I usually do. Because, you know, sometimes you're painting this on the wall. Of course, you want to basically have a paint pan or something. But you will lose paint in your paint pan. And you see, I'm not going an up and down robot formation. That's not even needed. So it's going to take me about, how about someone's done with that? This is, like I said, this is 126 inch right here. I gotta be careful because I have my clothing will have something on it, and that'll fall right up on the screen sometimes. So you just take your hand and just run it through it. Not gonna mess your screen up. Dirty your fingers a little bit. That's all. That's why my pants are always so dirty. I can never keep clean clothes. People say, you have any clothes without paint on it? Nope. Can't honestly say that. I think everything I have has paint on it. My screen is a paint pan. Let's see, I think I just nailed the floor. I got the floor. I'm not worried about that. Just clean that right on up. Corners there. Corners right there. That is right there. This is going to feel much better for me because, like I said, having that line, having the strips, bird poop, like I said, you can wipe it over. Yes, you can. You can wash it off the screen. I've done it many times, but it depends how long it was sitting there. And this was actually sitting on my screen for a bit because it was cake dried on when I came out. So even though I was able to get it off the screen, there were some lines in the screen that were just, I mean, I could have got around it. But no, with me, knowing me, I got to have things just right. You know, that would have drove me a little crazy. And it was driving me crazy just to see it up there. And then knowing I did all that work to get the screen up there to begin with, it drove me a little bit nuts. I had to get it taken care of. I want to make sure I got my corners, because keep in mind, I got to hang this thing back up there. So I want to make sure I got this done right, because I don't want to take it down again. So let's go back over my corners just like so. Run you guys real quick. These areas, make sure I don't miss anything at all. It is, because I've got all kinds of debris coming off me. Make sure that's nice and good. All right. So what I'm going to do is on this channel, I'm going to show you how to build and design all kinds of screens from just everyday stuff. I'm just going to be ordering off Amazon. Usually, sometimes I use demonstrations in the afternoon, but I'm doing them early now because I got a lot on my plate today, and I just want to get this done. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I'm about to start wearing some cleaner clothes when I come downstairs. Man, shedding. I am shedding. That's going to look nice. Here's Harley Davidson dude. Yeah, out there every day on that bike, one every day. And I still got enough paint left over. I got a little bit of paint left over. Maybe I want to do a touch up later on with it. But like I said, this would have took me. It took me about a quart. Left me with maybe about let's say I'll probably have about this much left in the container. About that much right there is left in there. So if you basically, like I said, but this is a one coat application, but like I said, it don't take much to paint the screen out. It spreads pretty good. And I'm done with this right here. So this one is done. Bring the fan down, let this dry, get this mounted back up in the window. And then after that, and later on the day, I got to disconnect the other screen, take that down, paint that with 2 quarts. So it took me 3 quarts to knock out both screens. So that's why I think that's perfect that we have that kit now, because like some people, 1 gallon is just going to be a little bit too much for them, because they'll have an extra quart in there. And then with this, like I said, I had customers who wanted to paint a 100-inch screen or 120-inch screen in one room, and then they want to have the setup where they got the screen outside too. So usually people go bigger when they're outside. Usually the 2 courts, they're going to go 150 or 130 on or whatever, much bigger than 126. So this makes it great. So you can have 2 screens and with LED lights. So you can split the LED lights up. You can put, so you got just 2 sheet of 36 feet of LED light in there. 30 or 36? No, 32. No, 32. 32. 32 feet of LED light in there. So you got LED lights with that, the whole 9 yards. So that's available on the website right now. But like I said, for the fellow who came in and said that he didn't have enough paint to cover 2 courts, couldn't cover 140-inch screen. My 235.1 in there is 138. 138. I was able to cover that with no problem and still poured enough out of the container to have maybe about, I'd say about a half a quart left over if I wanted to do something else. The half a quart, I could have got an 80-inch out of that half a quart, or maybe like about 80-inch or 79-inch I could have got out of that. It doesn't take much at all. Period. So I'm going to take this and wrap this up. This will be dry in no time at all. I'll be to set that back up into the window. There, you're done with that. And we'll do some demonstrations off that screen. So I'm going to grab something to put this in. And some people go through the headache of trying to figure out what roller to use. You don't have to have a special roller. There's no special roller. You don't want to use a foam roller. I actually don't want to use that. But the roller I'm using right now is a recycled roller. This is a roller I was using to do a gray screen with. So I went downstairs and I scrubbed it out. I washed it down and basically took a towel, dried it off real good so I didn't have any of the residue of the water. Actually, it might have been gray dripping into the screen. As you can see, there's no streak marks, nothing in the screen whatsoever from using a recycled roller. You can just wash out your rollers and reuse them again. So buying them over and over again saves some money. Let me wrap it real good. You get an old towel and just basically just dry it down and that's it. So that's finished right there. I got some got no paint on the floor. I actually got paint over there because I missed the screen and hit the floor. So let me see. I'll use my oldest sponge. I got to separate, and this is dirty for cleaning, and this one right here is for dishes right there. So we'll just take this part right here, and I got a little paint right here on the floor. Everything else here is clean. So right there is where I missed and caught the floor. That's it. Ready to clean up. That's all done. Now I'm gonna go out back. We're going to dismantle the other screen because that's going to have to come down because that's got to be painted also. So it's first things first. Before I start on that venture, I got to get some polyurethane. I have to paint the. Probably going to have to tape the inside too on top of that. So that's going to be a freaking job on its own by itself right there. It's not going to be too hard to do. It's got to move some stuff out of the way to do it. I have to remember where I put all the screws at to take apart that screen. I'm not locked here. I'm locked down here. That's not locked that. All right, so that's going to be another screen has to be painted. All right, I'm sorry, I keep walking away from camera. I'll be back. That's going to require a drill. See that drill in here. All right. Good thing that I did install this kind of awning here over top because I have a lot of leaves that like to drop. And that means I can paint the screen without any worried about any leaves coming down and hitting the screen. So that's good. So I got to move the patio furniture back. All that's got to be moved back so I can get my hands on the big screen over there. Put you right there for a minute. And I got a WD-40, this right here, because this is sticking a little bit. Let me see if I got some paintbrushes. I know I had some paintbrushes. I found some paintbrushes. Let's see, I might have some in the box. Let's see. Oh, okay, I got the paintbrush downstairs for that screen because I got it in the corners on that one again. So make sure I have that one set up downstairs. Everything else here. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a different job because that screen has a velvet border around it. The velvet border, if people understand that has to be weatherproof because what's going to happen is water is going to hit that velvet and it's going to allow it to bleed black all into your screen. Not only that, is that when the wintertime sets in, snow hits that, you're going to have this spotty kind of cow-like print all around your screen. So we use some polyurethane to actually, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, whatever, to just basically coat around that to weatherproof that. A little quick trick. All right, we'll grab some frog tape. Let me see, I got big containers of frog tape in here somewhere. Now, with this right here, we don't have to worry about covering the entire border with frog tape. We're just going to do the corners, that's it. Because that's already coated. Paint is already seeped in. We already did one paint job on here already. So repainting it again, we don't have to cover the borders. The reason why you cover the borders, that keeps you from, you bump the roller, boop, roll over the top of it. Hey, how you doing? You don't want to basically damage your borders, but pretty much, I don't have to do much. I just go under the paintbrush and just coat it through. You'll see how it's done. I don't worry about taping the whole thing. Just those little corners in there, that's basically about it. So I'm going to use some frog tape. I put plenty of this. So make sure I have plenty of frog tape. So keep in mind, I'm not going to be answering any questions or anything while I'm doing this, because usually I'm just going to be concentrating on the screen. Boom, get the big frog tape. Right there, get that done out of the way. All right, let's see what we got to do next. Let's see, I got everything else there I need. Disconnection also right there. We got the screws pulled out from the floor. Let's just move this stuff out of the way. Jason, I'll be shipping you out soon, don't worry. So I got you taken care of. For the fellow who ordered the Optima Ultra Short Throw projector, I know that comes with a free cord paint. Don't worry, you'll be taken care of too. Oh, let's get all this stuff out of there. I know somebody's probably thinking like, why are you doing this? It's in October. Yeah, I'm getting it out of the way. I got to get it done. Next couple of days are going to be pretty good, so at least I got about, I think we got 4 days and maybe some good weather before the jacked up weather sets in, the cold weather sets in. Sorry about that. So I planned the base. I just want to get this done so I can do those demonstrations off the screen. And then get all that, you have to weatherproof the sides anyway. All right, I'll read that email. I saw it pop up. I saw it pop up. I'll go read through that today. I got you. Bring this. I could bring that into the house. I could save a lot of freaking room if I can just bring that into the house. Fit. I can bring this in. Of course, that would be in the way. This would make the job a lot easier. Barely squeeze through. I think that'll work. Okay. What's so fun? That there. Oh, that's way back there. I'll show you. See those marks right there on the screen like that? That's the velvet right there. When the water and moisture hits it, it basically bleeds out right there. So if you're gonna put one of these screens outside, like I said, the ones I had were borderless that were out here. They didn't have any velvet trim around it, so I didn't have to worry about those. But this one right here, this is posing a problem. So how are we going to fix this problem is we're going to take this off the frame, lay it down, and we're going to coat this with polyurethane. We're going to put it on with a brush and roll it all the way around. That's going to protect the coating on it. this will keep the screen up there, because when I cut it, we don't want the wind hitting the back of the screen and knocking it on the ground. So this will keep the position where it's at, and then that'll give me a chance to get up there and cut the tethers on the back of it that's keeping the screen locked down. And scissors are always in there. Yep, that's me. That's definitely me. So that's the screen, it's released. Let me a broom real quick. Ouch. Stepped on that screw the wrong way. This right underneath this right here. So like I said, I don't have any leaves coming down on top of the screen. I'm not worried about this mostly. This has got to be pulled out a certain way. So tree out of the way. clutter. Mosquito. Definitely want to get bit by that today. Let's see which way we're going to do this. Yeah, that's me. That's definitely it. Alright, put that butt. Whatever. See if I can get the length up. I think the length of them is the other way around. Let's do this way instead. I wanted to get the length of it, but that's not going to work. Bring it to you guys over here. This way. The back of it. Get right there. See if I knocked off and broke. Oh, I didn't break it. Okay, cool. Figure a better way of hanging this up. I just Velcro it. They got weatherproof Velcro. Nothing broke off of it, so that's good. Wanted to do it the long way because the less I got to worry about this. I don't want none of the leaves coming down on top of this. So I'm still missing some areas that would protect the screen. So I got to push it over. I think what I have to do, I have to get a little inventive here. So I'm going to have to add something to that to protect the screen. Let's see what we can do here. Got a little bit of a piece right here. I don't want anything falling down on top of it. That's gonna work. Or any birds that. Careful, make sure this is here. There's my feet. go. That'll definitely work. It's not meant to be perfect, just meant to cover my screen so nothing will fall on it, nothing will mess it up. There we go. We've got this picture a little bit more. Oh, need I'm good. That's perfect. Okay, so now I got to worry about anything coming down, no leaves, nothing hitting the screen at all, period. So I'm good right here. That's good. See right here? Screen's dry. This is dry. This is coming from the velvet. So that velvet starts to drip, and basically it's wet and it starts to bleed out. That's what will happen to your screen. So make sure we put an end to that right there all together. All right. Meanwhile, this is what my house has turned into. This is driving me crazy. I told you I can't stand clutter. Let me get the fan on the other screen so we get that drying, have that done, and then we can start working on this one. Got everything here. Got tape, brushes, and protector right there. Probably working that right there. That done. Got a half a gallon of paint, which is approximately 2 quarts. And we need to get a roller. Let's get tidied up in here. That's just... Put it up. Oh, very nice. Yeah, okay, so y'all know I have a bad habit of putting things down and can't remember where I put them at. I literally remember where I put the other brushes. For a minute, I thought I would have to clean out. One brush is for basically doing the corners, and the other brush is for basically protecting the velvet. And really thought I couldn't find this today, so I'm glad I did put it up. I put things in some weird places. Like yesterday, I was hunting for the remote control for the stereo system, for the sound bar. Looked all over the house, couldn't find it. Get up this morning, go to check outside. I left it outside, underneath the sofa. So, let's get this going. I gotta bring you guys down to eye level, so you can see everything, because you're not gonna be able to see anything from the level you're looking at from right here. Where I can put you guys at. This is gonna be the first. Actually, I did a few outdoor paint on demonstrations. Look at that. My squirrel over there eating acorn. I'll be out in a few minutes. Eat them. All right, so let's put you guys in a place where we know that this will pick up. Surprised I haven't disconnected already. I think my connection is pretty good over here. All right, not a bad spot to be. Dope. All right, let's see how what this is. All I think is this is gonna stick to it. It's not too bad. So the frame is not too bad. Let me see where this begins. And we're in. So what I'm gonna have to do is protect the coating on the frame. Good thing this stuff dries pretty fast. I have to go inside the frame. So we're doing the opposite now. Oh, this is not gonna stick. I keep forgetting my stuff doesn't stick well. Hopefully it does. Need to lay there, that's all. Just lay. If it doesn't lay, then well, I should be able to paint over probably everything with no problem. Yeah, I think I can. I don't think I have to go through all these measurements. I think basically when I'm coating the frame on the inside, hopefully it sticks here. Oh, let me see. It'll be too damp. No, it's gonna stick. Okay, cool. All right, I'm not worried about that. If I get a little polyurethane that pretty much spills over the side and hits the screen, I'm not worried about that, because the paint will go over that and take care of that with no problem. All right, so I don't know why I'm going through all that extra trouble to begin with. All right, so this is what we're going to be using to coat over the black velvet to keep it from dripping or basically bleeding out all over the screen. Boy, if you had a white screen and you did this, or a gray screen, you'd be so, excuse my French, Lord, screwed. Because a black screen can cloak it better. But a gray screen, whoo, man, you just saw marks all on your screen. All right. So let me get something to pop this open. Okay. There we go. We're just going to go around our frame. Brush. I can't stand, I don't know, it's just me, maybe it's other people. I'm not going to say anything because somebody will get something dirty out of it. I can't stand the feel of these paintbrushes. I like to use paintbrushes that have that kind of plastic slick to them, but these paintbrushes, wooden paintbrushes, I can't stand the feel of it on my skin. Cringes the daylights out of me. Can't stand it. It's like the equivalent of somebody taking their finger and running it down a chalkboard. That's what it feels like to me. I can't stand that feeling. So I have to tape them over. So if you ever seen paintbrushes with me, paintbrushes that I'm using, and they're all taped up, that's why. Truthfully, I should have just painted over the entire screen with my stuff. It would have basically fixed it better than this. But like I said, it's gonna be wet at first, have a wet look to it. But this stuff dries clear, so I'm not worried about that. If I didn't have to do this extra thing, I'd just roll over this and be done. But it's not going to screen paint. It's not going to have a problem with painting over poly over things. It's not going to be a problem. Oh my god. Yeah, you hear that? You playing golf? Yeah. Golf game. Not worry about anything on the deck. Stuff dries clear. If anything, it'll protect the deck even more. so much easier if you get the spray. This is a spray version of this, which would have made it a lot easier, but me and aerosol cans don't get along too well, so I can work with spray paint once I got the mask on. Don't worry about this one right here. Here again. We got a nice breeze out of today, which is good. You guys are still with me because last time I was doing this, my camera, signal cut off. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Gotta get that first coating on there. Okay. You see, it starts to dry. Got something that was crystal clear that would dry nice and clean and clear. All right. The areas I might have missed, so I'm just going to do a recoat, light recoat over top of it again. This should be a little easier to paint because I already went over it the first time. We'll go a second one. This will be a little faster to do. Everything I didn't get the first time, I will nail it the second time. See? Must have made a mistake in that. Paint all over the place. Okay. Back over here. side of the fence, go ahead. Not worried about that. It's not going to disrupt my paint. So I'm going to get this coated in, soaked in real good. Right. Ooh. Back is starting to kill me a little bit. To do, and I'm finished. Told you this one was going to be a project. This is literally going to be a project. I mean, I can not get it done faster. The earlier I get up to get stuff done, the more I have things to do, other time to do other things in my day. So, you know, the only time I get a chance to do something like this is I have to make sure all my orders are completed. Unless somebody just put in the order a few minutes ago while I was working. Other than that, all my orders on my account are all clean. I just have 2 other orders, which is Jason, which I got to read through his email real quick. Let's see what he was in there. He explained to me. And the fellow over who got the projector. That's only 2 people. That's pretty much nothing. That's something I can knock out within a couple of minutes. I'm not worried about that. It's when I get like 15, 16, or 13 orders in there, that's something that has to be attended to right away. Make sure I got any areas on the screen that leave any drips. Screen so that can all move nice and smoothly. People wonder why our screen face is so thick. It's so thick because it's designed to basically coat and mask over just about anything. Except for stucco. Please don't paint stucco with our stuff. On top of that, I couldn't express this enough. And I say this every time I paint a screen, it may have nothing to do with the screen at all. As I'm painting it, I tell people right from the door, if you want to paint fabric, and I said it in every video. I have people who sit there and argue with me about that, saying, oh, I don't remember you saying that in any video. Yeah, I say it in every video. If you're painting fabric, you have to, it's not about priming the surface. It's about allowing the surface to soak in as much paint as possible so you don't have any uneven spots or any blotches in the screen. So you want to basically paint the surface. Now, I'm going to go on Amazon. I'm going to purchase me a 100-inch fabric screen. Coat this screen live, and you're going to watch me prime that surface. Now, the surface is being primed not because people think it's going to give you, it has to be primed because of the color of the screen. That has nothing to do with the color of the screen. It's the fact that the screen will soak it in. It will absorb your paint. So if you paint it with our screen first, what's going to happen is that surface is going to soak more here, it's going to soak less there, and the screen's going to come uneven and have a little blotty look to it. That's what you don't want. So what you do is you paint the screen with any kind of paint. It doesn't even have to be primer. It can be any kind of paint you want. It can be blue, green, orange, red. Doesn't make a difference. It just has to absorb into the screen. Once you get the first coat going, let it dry. Then you put the second coat in, let it dry. That means that screen has absorbed all the paint it could possibly absorb in, which means when you add our application, you're going to get a perfect even coat, and you're not going to lose a ton of paint. That's why I do that. So I do that in every demonstration. I tell people, you're going to paint fabric, be sure to make sure that you coat that surface first. And I'll have people contact me and say, hey, look, I used your paint, it absorbed all of it up. I'll tell them, I said, look, I got demonstrations. I say it in every demonstration when I paint, that's what you're going to do. And some customers, like I said, are very understanding. You know what I mean? They go out and they do it again. Got a customer right now, he's doing it again. And he's going to see the results. They're going to be different. And I've done a couple of paint on demonstrations. My drive-on projection screen, with driveway projection screen, I painted it, the whole thing, like that. Prime the screen first. You don't have to use any special primer, any kind of cheap paint you can get. You just want the screen to absorb it as much as it possibly can. Just like a sponge, take a sponge and you dry sponge and you go to paint over top of dry sponge, it's going to absorb in most of the majority of all your paint. You fill that up with water and you get it nice and soaked, it can't take in any more. Can't take in any more water at all, period. Just like that. That's how you have to think of it. Washing my hands on camera. I can't stand the feeling of having that polyurethane that coats over top your hands. It feels like you got plastic fingers all day, like I'm pulling a Barbie doll. All right, so that one right there is drying. The other one out there, I gotta wait for that to dry before I can apply my application onto it. I could make this a part 1 and part 2, but I don't have to do that because I got work to do in here next. So now I gotta go in here and I gotta start wrapping up orders for Friday for the ship out day. So I gotta get ready for that. By then that stuff should be dry, and I can go out there and roll that screen in and be done with it. And then put that one back up. Alright, so we're in here today. In this section right here. I don't think I got anything to play because my phone died last night, and that's when it does all the videos on here. So I guess whatever comes up, we'll just watch it from there. Or you're just gonna watch it 235.1. I don't know. All right. I just gotta get these are the last of the orders right there. These are done. These are the last of the orders right there. Now, usually, as I tell people, when I order, good thing I order my my containers from Uline, because Uline allows me to get my my containers in one day, because they're based in Allentown. We're in Philadelphia, so it makes it a lot easier for me to get my containers. Now, I order a certain amount of containers. I may have 32, I may have 74. I may order, and that ship out date may be, say it's Friday, okay? So the ship out day is Friday. I got 72 containers. Within them 72 containers, whoever orders will be shipped out on Friday. If we deplete all 72 containers on Friday comes up, that means there's no more containers left, which means we have to reorder again, which means you will miss that ship out date, which means you will have to go to the next ship out date when the new containers came in. We're done. All 72 containers are gone. So between this is what's left of the 72, which means any orders that are placed in today will not be shipping out on Friday because the containers are gone. We have to reorder them again. Like I said, they'll be back in the next day, but that'll be a day away from a day past the ship out day. So when the driver comes down, I'll ask her, say, hey, what day do you have free? She'll tell me I have such and so day. That's the day they will post as a ship out day, which means those 72 containers will be the containers that will deplete before the ship out date hits. So you see how it works. So now, if anybody wanted to come in and place an order, your order will go for the next ship out date because we don't have any more containers here. They're going. These are the last ones. We had 2 containers left, and I said on camera, look, we got 2 containers left. Whoever coming to get those will be shipping out on Friday. And sure enough, fellow came in and got his. Another fellow came from New York. He grabbed his. And so, well, like I said, we already put up for the, like I said, since the 3-quart kit is already out, that's why we got more containers coming in for that. And we got more, actually we ordered more containers because that's going to be 3 quarts at a time. So we have to make sure we have extra containers there just for those alone. So, yep. All right, so let's get this ball rolling. Did my projector come on? Or is it not, probably not even plugged in because I forgot to forget I was disconnecting stuff yesterday. What's going on over here? Nope. Nothing's connected. Nothing is connected. There we go. think we should be good now. It should cut on. Did I cook up the Chromecast? The Chromecast is running through. Okay, good. All right. Now, a lot of people don't realize that projector sits in eco mode. You know that? Because it's sitting right up on top of the screen. I don't even know why we even have it at full blast. Consider the fact that the screens do take in a lot of ambient light anyway. Why would I need to have it up on full blast? All my projectors in the house run off eco mode. There's no point. Because the screens generate enough light, generate enough gain. What? Okay, I'm saying, what the freak is that sitting there? I forgot what that was. All right. Let me see. I'll position it right. Okay. So this one right here is going to be, see, it's in eco mode. This is going to be 1 quart of black LED lights. So I got to get the LED lights later on. Just make sure I get his address, ship his out. So that screen right there will probably be painted. It probably won't be attached right away because I have ordered waterproof LED lights. So that screen's gonna be LED light by the day. So I got to install those in. And then I ordered the LED lights for the chair and I have a couple more LED lights that have to be run to the gaming room. I'm done. Oh, in the office. Office has to be done, and that's it. It's 9:06, really? I mean, I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Good. That's a 4. 4 o'clock in the morning. In the morning. Shoot, the other screen might be dry already. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's almost done. And go ahead and mount that monster up. All right, let me get my table ready. Ready on a table. Packages out. In the morning. So I got fraggles on these. No fragiles. There we go. Another fragile right there. Bam! 3 fragiles on that one. All right. Yep. In the morning. Man, someone would have told me, like, hey, look, in your lifetime, you're going to be designing projection screens. I'm like, yeah, okay. Whatever. Whatever. I don't think I even had any goals when I was young on what I wanted to do. I wasn't even really sure, to tell you the truth, honestly. I got into cooking because I had 3 chefs in my family. Brother's a pastry chef. That's why I got into it. I like to see him cook. Besides, my mother basically kept her boys in the kitchen. Because she said a man's supposed to know how to cook. And he should. He should know how to cook. She had to cook, she had to clean, she had to wash your own clothes, everything. Do all that stuff yourself. Be self-efficient. Yeah, some people can't cook. The wife leaves, they're done. They're done. Can't cook. I had a friend like that. His wife cooked everything for him. Everything for him. I said, man, you need to go in that kitchen and learn how to cook. What happens if y'all separate? Something happens, you know what I mean? You're doomed. You should know how to cook something. Not know something you throw into a microwave or that whatever people eat, that processed stuff. You should know how to cook stuff from scratch. You should know how to cook. But then again, when I was coming up, there was no such thing as half of that stuff that most people have now. You had to cook everything from scratch. Man, that's when food was good, man. Biscuits, my mother used to cook her behind off, man. All home cooked food. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing for ladies out there. You know, ladies, I know women out there can't cook for jack. That's crazy. Can't cook. It should be both ways. It should be both ways. Man and woman should both know how to cook. It should be both ways. People think, oh, the woman's supposed to know how to cook. No, but it should be both ways. You should know how to cook too. I know people can't even wash their own clothes. Expect for a woman to wash your clothes. Why is a woman washing your clothes? Wash your own clothes. Can't sew. Can't make any own stuff. Crazy. Don't worry. I got nieces and nephews right now that are in the same predicament. That they're grown. They can't even do half that stuff. Learn. You got YouTube. You can learn a lot of stuff from YouTube. A lot of stuff from YouTube. Yep. Self-sufficient. My dad taught my sisters how to work on cars, how to take them apart and rebuild them. So if they ever got into a situation where they had a problem with their vehicle, they could fix it themselves. You know? Self-sufficient. Learn a new skill. Learn something different. I'm always researching something. I'm always trying to figure out how to do this and how to do that. Always learning something new. All right, I think this one, yep, this is good. All right, what else we got next? What we got next? We got 2 quarts of black, 2 quarts of black to these two right here. 2 quarts of black right here. Heat wave, tropical heat wave. I think I'm gonna wait, not get it here. I'll wait until I move. I want a CRT projector. I want one of the big ones. I just want one. I want to, you know, some people say a lot of tedious work with them, but I want one. I want a CRT projector. I want to get a CRT projector, and I want a reel-to-reel projector, an old one too. I love projectors. I think I like the older ones more than I like the newer ones. I do. I like the older projectors more than I like the newer ones. I do. You say, well, they don't have this and have that. No, you got to appreciate the craft, man. If it wasn't for those projectors, you wouldn't have your projector right now. Got to start from somewhere. People, a young generation laughs at the old games. If it wasn't for those games, you wouldn't have your game right now. So y'all missed the era of the arcade. Can't bring that one back. I see people trying to bring that era back, but you can't bring that era back. You can't. It was just something about that vibe, man. That was a place to be at. The arcade. Especially if you was a Street Fighter fan. He was definitely in the arcade. Mortal Kombat and arcade. Definitely in there. Shit, I remember Mortal Kombat came out. You had kids up and down the street screaming, Mortal Kombat! Oh, man. Man. Running down to, what was it, GameStop? Was it GameStop? No, EB Games. It was EB Games. GameStop was EB Games before it was GameStop. Going to EB Games to get games. Funkoland. Or Funkoland. All right, we got 2 more quarts of black here, there and there. He's locked up. Where is my tape? Behind me, right there. I think I built. I want to do is I want to actually start studying more on warp software, and I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. For some of my downtime is studying warp software because I really want to get into building curved screens. I want to get into gaming simulators with that curve to it. That's what I want to get into. Especially building immersed curved screens. I don't know much about warp software, so I'm going to have to teach myself it. All right. Oh, let's see. King Black. This is yours right there. So I'll be contacting you today. That's the fellow who has our Supreme 8 wallpaper screen. This is his container right here. I'll be shipping it up to New York City. You did text me your information, so I don't know if this is updated. I was going to say that. Car going to the golf course? A regular golf cart. That's, I don't know. I'll talk to you later, but like I said, this is yours right there. If you ever pop in and see the video, that's yours. That's going up to you. He's going to be doing he has a 235 point right now, so he has the ViewSonic PX747. That's the fellow who shows off a lot of our technology, shows off our black screens. And I got in here with the Crow Boy, and he started ranting about how the screen's too dark, and he started ranting about the camera, my camera. He's saying my camera is the reason why the screen is coming up so bright. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's the fact, then that means anybody who has my screen paint, the paint will come up extremely dark because my camera is basically showing a different image on the other end, on live. So anyway, he mentioned some guy like, oh, what about King Black? I'm like, oh boy, you should not have said that name. So we dug up King Black. We showed this video. I was showing him the demonstration. So yeah, that was a dumb thing to say. So bottom line is the guy King Black was showing off white levels on the screen, and it came up gorgeous on the screen. Now keep in mind, as I'm explaining this to the fellow, one of the Crow Boys, I'm like saying, well, look, don't you find it interesting that I'm showing you this image bright and vivid on my screen, which is black, of another screen which is black, showing a bright, vivid image. And then he basically started ranting about some other nonsense, and I just basically just booted him out of the room. Okay. Well, I'm telling you, the conspiracies. But let me show you some real quick. So my projector, as I said, these are ultra short throws. There's no point in having it on full blast because it's sitting next to a window because the screens do all the work. It sits in eco mode right there. Yeah, so I don't have to have these on full blast. They do all the work. I mean, especially if it's ultra short throw, you should have no issue there. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I got that one done. That one's done. And I'm gonna have to get a label set up for King Black. Let's see. Tight. So I'll get him taken care of for today. And drop his labels on. Drop his labels on. All right, Chief, so you're good to go pretty soon. I just get your information. You'll be ready to go for tomorrow. And that is it. That's doing laundry, folding tiny t-shirts. All right. There we go. All done. Ready for tomorrow for my driver to come through. Any orders? Well, first, well, yeah, if you place an order anyway, you're good anyway. I'll just basically, when the driver comes to tomorrow, I'll let her know. She'll let me know exactly what day she has off, and then we'll repeat the process all over again. You know, a few people were bothered when I first started doing was talking about we kind of ran out of supplies. We had to restock all over again, but I told you, don't worry about it. That it's already taken care of. Your orders will go out. I know you had to wait a little bit longer than usual, but sometimes what happens is we do run out of supplies and we do have to restock. But like I said, I keep my word. Your orders are going out and they're taken care of, okay? Just to let you know that. Let's see what's going on with the screens drying. I'm doing this right here. If they haven't dried already, because I can't really paint that screen until that actually is showing clear. I can't go over top that, all right? So if it hasn't dried already, I'm not going to have you sitting around here waiting for a screen to dry, much I would have to do. I'm basically just going to come out of here, just call this part 1, and then we'll come back in and do part 2 from there. So that's the best I can do because I'm pretty sure you got other things to do besides sitting here and watch paint dry because I've done that one already before, and it's no picnic or whatever you want to call it. All right. You said picnic or picnic wrong. See, I told you. It's not going to dry with white, all this white stain. It's just going to dry nice and clear all the way around. That's how it's going to dry. That's going to give you a protective coating. Now, if you had a gray screen or a white screen and this thing bled, yeah, you would have a mess on your hands. But some people say, well, guess what? They make them weatherproof. Yeah, they do make them weatherproof, and they cost an arm and a freaking leg. They're not cheap. They're very expensive. And our other screen in here, which we have a few spots. This is all dry right here. We have a few spots over there that have to dry out, but that's going to take a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll be back on when the screens are dry, and I'll mount them up. All right, and we'll show some demonstrations off of it. All right, thank you all for taking the time to come in here and watch the demonstrations. Y'all have a blessed day. I got to go, and I'll chat with you later.